We've read research that shows that people, conservatives, and not Christian conservatives, but just people who are generally conservative, are psychologically less comfortable with uncertainty. People that are politically liberal or culturally liberal are also more comfortable with uncertainty or with trying new things. For example, I don't know if you saw the statistics, something like 80% of Whole Foods stores are in a district that's represented by a Democrat in Congress, and it's reverse for Cracker Barrel stores. 80% of Cracker
That
Barrel
explains
stores,
my town here.
yes, are in a district that's represented by a Republican. And so I saw someone who then used that to say, and Cracker Barrel is about the comfort of familiarity. Whole Foods is about the excitement of discovery, of finding something new, a cheese from somewhere else, so that you can kind of use those just those two ideas. As if you are conservative, you like the comfort of certainty. You're drawn. So I'm wondering how much, because Christianity in America has become so closely aligned with conservative values, if which came first, the conservatism, or the rejection of new ideas, or trying or going to Whole Foods. Basically, was how long has Christianity been Cracker Barrel and not Whole Foods? And which came first, the Cracker Barrel or the Christianity? What do you think about that? Huh?
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
time for
just still thinking
start a
about
new
Cracker
class.
Barrel and how I never liked it, and now all my trolls are gonna be like, "See, we told you she's
Yeah,
liberal."
yeah, right. How many people sitting in Cracker Barrel are wearing cat eye glasses? Hmm? 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 If you're there, one. If you're there,
And I'm not
one.
there right now, so
Yes, so
that's here.
zero.
No, this is I don't that would be a good because obviously the first century Christians were, not all that
Yeah.
into certainty, right?
No, or security.
Yeah, right. And so again, I think, that I think there, once Christianity was established, whether with Constantine or in, England with this literally called an established church and in America as a Christian country, then, it's sort of a chicken and egg kind of scenario. But yes, that security and conservatism goes together, and it's been to the detriment of our faith. I think clearly we can see that. But this is a good thought to have. And again, it goes back to good art that doesn't answer all the questions. We have certainty. We have the answer. We have
Mhm.
this tethering to the eternal rock. So with that, I just don't understand, this is just me, but I don't understand why, with that certainty, why do we not feel free to explore and examine and question and adventure? Because we are tethered firmly and securely. So that actually gives us all the freedom and safety in the world to ask the questions and to view the perspectives. Like,
But what do you say to someone, especially since you're teaching their kids, who says, if my kids read, I don't know, Catcher in the Rye, read some challenging book from a completely non-Christian worldview, they're going to start asking questions about their faith that I, as their parent, I don't think I can answer.
well, better for them to ask those questions now and with you than to get out into the world. I mean, I'll give you
Okay.
an example. I co-edited a book that came out a couple years ago, where with various views on different topics, all written by people who claim to be Christians. And some of the views in that book were, are not orthodox. They aren't even ones that I believe. But my co-editor and I have been, teaching college students for years, and we are at Christian institutions, and we have seen these students going out and reading these views and encountering these ideas, because there's a thing called the internet and you can go and read anything there. And that's what they do. And they, instead of being guided through how to answer the questions biblically and solidly, they haven't been trained to do that, so they're just sort of choosing whichever view seems most compelling to them, not on a doctrinal or rational basis, but more on, a moral therapeutic deistic basis, which is the prevailing culture. So, of course, we want to have these questions raised and asked within that tethered, safe security that we have in Christ, in the home, in institutions. Because when these kids go out in the real world and say, "Well, I never heard that before," they end up feeling betrayed, and
Right.
and they that this is I'm seeing it over and over. They abandon the faith because they are encountering ideas that they had never been told about, and so it's not even the idea, sometimes it's the idea that woos them, but often it's the sense of betrayal because they feel like we have hidden things from them or lied to them, and so they just, throw out the baby with the bathwater.